Alright, welcome to this video. So in this video, I'll be showing us how to use a set action in Tableau. So a set dashboard action precisely. So I have a bar chart and a details table. And this is what it does. Once I click a category in the bar chart, it filters the details table underneath. When I click technology, you can see the details in technology as well. So how do we implement this? So let's just dive right in. So this is a bar charts sheet, and I've created it. I use a sample EU Superstore dataset, and I'm using the orders table. Now, the bar chart was created using the category and the profits. I'm viewing the profits by each category in the dataset, and I will have to create a set from the category. So you see, I'll click on that and create a set, and you have these options. I'll click on use all for now. And it has this category set too for me because I've created category set before. So I won't click OK, and I will just go back to the one I created, but because that's the way I created it. And I will use all for now. It has just one ticked because I've played with it, I've explored with it. So I've created a category set, and that's the first step. So I'll go to the details table, and I'm using the category and a calculated field called subcategory set action. And this is what is in the calculated field. So I'm just saying if category set, then give me the subcategory. So that means wherever you see a category set, just give me the subcategory link into that. And I use the calculated field, as I said earlier. So I'll put that in the rows pane and in front of the category, so it works hand in hand with the category set that I've created before. And it's deliberate because I'll be implementing this using a set action, and that's what the video entails. So these are the things in the measure, and I'll put that category set in the filter pane. So see what's in there. For now, it's just having in as the only option in there. Usually it should be in and out, so I want it to filter based on in alone. All right, so let's go to the dashboard and implement the dashboard action. Go to actions, and I'll click that, and it's going to open this for me, and this is what is working with because I've already created it. So what you do if you want to create a new one, so click on the add action, click on change set values, and it gives you that. So let's see what's inside this one. So I'm using my source sheet as a bar chart because that's my source sheet, and I'm going to be using my target set as category set, the one I created. So you don't have to put that category set in the view on this because it's not on the bar chart in any way. So I'm going to run the action on assign values to sets. So it's going to be assigning a value to it, and if I clear that selection, it's going to keep the set values, and the action will run on select. So let's click OK. All right, so now let's see how that works on our dashboard. Remember, it's assigning action. I'm not adding to it. So this just going through all the things we have on each of our, bar charts and a detailed view, just to verify we are fine. So let's go to presenter mode. So let's click on technology. You can see it has filtered it. When I click on office supplies, it filtered as, and so on. So it's just assigning values to the set. So it keeps changing the values of the set based on my actions, on what I've clicked. And it's filtering on details. Remember, that's what we implemented the actions on. So yeah, the set action works with the details table, and our dashboard action uses a bar chart. So whenever I click on that, it filters the details table. So again, let's explore using something else. So let's go to our bar charts. So let's duplicate that and see if we can start all over again and see if it's going to work. Put the category set in our filters. When we edit, we can use all and say OK. Now I'll put in this, category set action, the calculated field I created, which works with the category set. All right, cool. So when I put this in labels, it's just for me to identify the names of the subcategory and just to align with whatever action I'm taking. So this is just to see if we can go again, over it again, and see how the category set will work. So this one works hand in hand with category set, and I have the category set in my filter on the bar chart now. Now let's create a dashboard, a new dashboard, and I'll put my second bar chart in the dashboard. So let's just drag that in. Cool. And I will go to dashboard actions, and I'm going to create a new change set value, and my source sheet will be the bar charts. In this case, also I'm going to be using the category sets, and I just want to explore with assigning values, which is fine. But when I clear the selection, I just leave it as keep sets values, just as the same. But this time around, we're not filtering a different chart. We are on the same chart. Cool. So let's use all for the category sets in this one. So I want the action to take place on the same charts, not filtering a different bar chart. So whenever I click a category set, it filters the same action. So for whatever chart you want to be filtering on, you must put the category set as a filter, or maybe as a calculated field in that particular visualization. So that's the way it works. So if you're filtering on another chart, you must put the category set in that chart. Let's see if we change this clearing the actions, if whatever it's going to do. Let's just say remove all actions. So when I click this category set, let's just confirm the filters again, edit. Let's use all for this one so that it brings in all our visualization. So when I click it, you can see when I cleared it, it went. So there's no way I can go further. So I have to change the action because it just went blank. So I don't want clearing the selection to remove all values. Let's just choose add all values to set and see how that implements. Let's go back to the visualization and use all in our category sets, so it brings all the information back. So let's click on that. You see it filters, and when I clear it, it brings everything back. When I click on it, so this one is option is good for presentation when you want to emphasize and you want to emphasize a particular category. It zooms it in. It gives this illusion of zooming it in, and you can clear back and see the entire category in the view. So it's actually good for presentation. So you can explore different options with your category sets. So let's explore with map. Now what I want to do is when I click a city on this map, I want it to add that city to the details table. So this is another use case. It's a bit different from what we've explored, but it's still using set actions. So this one is adding values to a different visualization. So how do we go about it? So definitely we must have that category set in details table. We must have a dashboard action on the map itself. Okay. So let's just see what this does when I choose remove all values. Okay. Click on this. You can see that once I come out of the filtering, it removes all value. But once I click a spot, it has it. When I click another spot, it has it. Click another spot, which is a city, it has it. But immediately I come out of the selection, it clears it off, which is brilliant. So you can use this for presentation as well, and emphasize a particular city. So I've deleted it, and I'm going to delete this so that we can start from scratch and see the logic behind it. So again, so far is that we'll put category sets in filters, or put it in the view as a calculated field, depending on the use case. Now I've deleted all the things I've created. I've deleted the city sets, I'm going to remove it from this view and let's start again. So this is the details table. All right, let's create a map first because that's our source sheet. I'll bring in the longitude and latitude, and let's just show me and click on the map icon or visualization. Bring in city to details, and we have that structure. Now I can just put city labels just to have the names of city, but it's not necessary. You can put it in tooltip depending on your use case, and I have the map marks. All right, so we have our map, at least for this illustration, and let's just see if this makes a difference. No difference. Just let's leave it as is. Cool. Now the use cases, I want to click a spot, right, and filter the details table. I'll go to details table. I have my city. I have category. City should appear in the view because I want to see the name of the city. So let's just create a set from the city, which we will be using to explore options. I'll just keep on use all so that all the sets will be there, but let's just use one alone. The reason why I'm choosing one is because I want to have the option for in and out. You will see how that plays out in a bit. So let's create a calculated field. This is not necessarily necessary in its sense. It's just that I just want the subcategory to be linked to the city as well, but it's not really necessary in this use case, but it was important in the other use cases we've explored. So I will just create this calculated field for subcategory and link it to set. So when I bring my set in, remember I chose only one city and it's deliberate. It's just one city appearing here, but I will ignore that. I want the in and out option, all right? So what I would do is to bring in that city set into the view so that I can have the in and out exploration. So let's edit the city alone and see what option we have. We just have one option because that's what I have in my filter. I have the city set in my filter. So I'm just going to yank that off and I'll bring in the city set into my view. You can see, so I'll just use all for now. I'll bring it into the view. Let's explore. So you just know how to maneuver all these things. You can see how what is city now. That's the way it works. So if I bring it to the view, I have in alone as my option because I am choosing all the filter. You can see how that plays out. I've used all in the edit. So I want to have option for in and out. So I'm going to choose one. Okay, so you see how it plays out. So when I say okay, I still have one in because I just have one city. I'm going to yank this one off. So know how your set plays out in your visualization. Because I've yanked it out, I have in and I have out. Because in are the ones I have said I want. In the visualization, just one, which is in my city set. Remember, let's go back to edit. I chose one, and that's the one in, or that's be out. And I wanted to be filtered based on in, and that was what I did. So anyone I click will move from out to in. So you see how that plays out. Cool. So let's just bring in our map to our dashboard, just verifying all these fields are in the right places. I'll put the map in and I'll put the details table underneath it. Now I've successfully say filter based on in, so anyone I click should go into the city sets. That's the logic. All those ones I've not clicked will be out. So always know your use cases. I'll go to dashboard actions and I will click on set action again. Change set values. In this situation, I will choose map, of course, because that's my source sheet, and I will run it and select. And I will make sure I click city set as my target set If not, it's not going to run anything. And I'm going to add values because as my use case, I'm not assigning values. I'm not changing values. So I'm adding to it. It's like appending. And once I clear it off, it removes it. And that's okay. So let's present it. And you can see we just have Aachen as a city. So when I click, let's just click this one. See, it's appended. So it's adding value. It's not assigning value. It's adding value to it. And that city has changed to in. Others are still out in the filter pane. You can see it's assigning it to it. And let's click somewhere else. And we have this one. It goes in as well. And it's arranging it alphabetically, I guess. Yeah. So you just have to look at where you've clicked. So when you're presenting, it is a good use case scenario. You can say, let's move on to this and this and that. And it appends to the details table. And if you're satisfied, you can just clear it off. I want to start it all over again. Just click outside. So this is linked to the dashboard actions and is also linked to how we've created our sets based on whatever we want to explore. And it runs based on that. So know where to put it, either in the filter, either in your view as a calculated field, and the dashboard action to assign. Those are the three major points to consider for things like this. I hope you find this video useful. Thanks for watching.